And welcome to the No Assembly Required podcast, a podcast where we talk about nothing. This time we are mad late. This was not Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. This is 8:30 Eastern Standard Time p.m. And now your late night host, or just late host, the trio of creators, starting with Romina, the Lone Ranger, and your second guest, Audrey, set the West Coast on fire, Ember. And of course, yes, I'm blaming you. And of course, your third host in this trio, the Dark Lord of the internet himself, Roberto Blake. Welcome to the No Assembly Required podcast, filmed in front of a live YouTube audience.
I don't want to be blamed for the wildfires.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Well, that's
Blame
a
the
thing that
people
happened.
at the gender reveal party.
No, I'm blaming you. Audrey is over party.
Oh yeah, talking about gender reveal parties. Did you guys know that there was a gender reveal tactic or strategy? I mean, I don't even know what to call it, but a trend where they put a watermelon or something. They put like a thing inside of an alligator's mouth, and it has like a colored jello in it. So when the alligator chomps down on it, it breaks the thing and out pops out this like jelly, and it's whatever color according to the gender of the child.
That seems abusive to the alligator.
Right. Well, it's
alligator.
I think that it's hilarious that that's where you jump to. My initial reaction to that was, where the heck are they getting these alligators, and how are they just like at a gender reveal party?
Someone just has a business where that's all.
No, and here's the thing. I did see that there's a video of this guy getting interviewed, and he has a business where he has an alligator and he takes it to these gender reveal parties and he does the whole thing. He's got an alligator that he
feels
just
exploitive toward the alligator. That sounds like some Percival C. McLeach bullshit from Rescuers Down Under.
Tiger King.
Rescuers Down Under. Is that before your time, Audrey? Did you ever watch the Rescuers Down Under?
Audrey. Wow.
I need to see pictures, a visual of this.
I didn't think this day could get much worse.
Cartoon. It's a great Disney cartoon that you should have watched.
I think it's in the maybe it's not in the. I think I might have tried to stay away from animated stuff on my list because there was too many. But I don't know. I feel like I might have put it in the spreadsheet of movies that Audrey needs to watch to culture herself.
You might have put in the original Rescuers.
Maybe. Although my favorite is the Rescuers Down Under. Because we're in Australia. There's like a big bird. There's a kangaroo. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. Right. Audrey, so now that you've looked it up, is it familiar to you?
I haven't looked it up. What was it called?
Then what were you looking at? You're just over there just like looking at the wildfire? What's going on?
Chat. What was it called again?
The Rescuers Down Under.
Rescuers Down Under. Down Under.
1990, dude. I didn't see this.
Wait, that's right.
Okay. No need to. No, I definitely already do, Audrey. She's like, dude, I didn't see this. 1990. What is this, for dinosaurs?
No. Wait, actually, maybe. I don't know.
You might not have been born, so.
No, she definitely wasn't born. Audrey, when were you born? In the year 2000?
No.
1999?
I'm still a 90s kid.
Okay.
Barely.
Wow. This child born in 1999.
My youngest sister, she was born in 1998, and she still insists on claiming the title of 90s kid.
Yeah, because it's more cool.
Look, you know what? It's all right. I get it, because I claim I'm an 80s kid, even though I wasn't really raised,
You were born in like 84 like me. You lived through enough of the 80s for it to count.
I was born in 1988.
Oh wow, I'm just the old man then. Yeah,
you're the old guy.
Same age as my other sister then. So yeah, it still counts, I guess. Nah, not really.
Well, then what does count?
No,
Like,
you have to have
before
actually
85?
lived in the, like, you actually have to have memories from the time period. Like, and I
have
actually-
memories.
When I was 1.
You have memories from when you were, oh Christ.
Really not.
Wait, so why are we talking about Rescuers Down Under?
Well, because we were talking about alligators.
Oh, right. The
Oh.
gender reveal parties, which started the wildfires in California.
Yeah.
Again.
Brr.
I mean, this is it's
Crazy?
going to get to a point where they're just going to be outlawed.
Aren't they now after this?
They should be. No explosive. I mean, it
Well,
wasn't.
how many times does this have to happen for them to outlaw it, though? I mean, it's been a couple times. This isn't the first
It's like
time.
a reoccurring
Why do
thing
dudes
where
want to blow stuff up? Like, and because they, what, it's like supporting your wife during a gender reveal with like something like that's not explosives isn't masculine enough? Is that what we're going with?
yeah, like why they gotta blow stuff up? Can't they do a cake or like something non-flammable?
Wow.
Like an alligator.
explosives. It's gotta be.
I mean, but why do we need one anyway? Why does
I
it?
don't. Yeah, like who? Like,
Right? Who cares? I don't know. I don't want to be insensitive. I know a lot of people out there who struggle to have children, and this is like everything in their life.
okay, so they make it. They make every inch of it as special as they can and everything like that.
Right.
Great. Do
It's
it
kind of
without
like
blowing anything up, setting anything on fire, and
Right.
like killing Bambi and everybody.
Okay,
God damn.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like YouTubers when they subscribe when they celebrate subscriber milestones. Is that weird to put
like,
them both on the same level as
I
like
don't
having
celebrate
a
anything.
human child?
I celebrate nothing.
Wow. You celebrate something.
I really don't.
Wow.
It's horrible.
Well, Henry Martinez in the chat says, "Do you guys think all these wildfires could also be caused by lasers?"
It could be caused by anything that could make a spark, right? So yes.
Oh, Audrey, aren't you an Ember? Audrey Ember playing with fire?
I told you it's her fault.
What am I supposed to do? Shoot lasers out my eyes? Like, what are you talking about?
Audrey, if you shot lasers out your eyes, you'd be at 30 million subscribers already.
Just only that.
I'm not
That's
sure.
all I
I
would
mean,
do.
I'm not sure. I think audiences are spoiled and fickle now, and I don't think.
Oh man, you think that would be enough?
No, I don't know that
They get
lasers
bored
would
of
be
it.
enough.
Man, what do you think? Okay, what
It has
about
to be like really
eyes?
extreme challenges. Like I tried to take down a plane with my eyes or something.
Oh yeah, she's got to do well.
That would go
Then-
viral.
Yeah, she's kind of got like a one up there.
I just
Yeah.
become a villain on YouTube.
Yes.
I started another California wildfire with my eyes. That's just absolutely terrible.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I mean-
Challenge, like ultimate challenge, me versus
Going to
the
jail?
ultimate challenge, me versus this entire country's army. Like, let's go.
Oh my god.
The epic conclusion.
At that point, you'd just be trying to avoid jail.
No, if you're a supervillain, you've got superpowers. You're not trying to avoid jail. Everyone's trying to avoid you. It's like, what jail are they going to concoct to deal with your laser beams? Like, they would have to advance the entire science of civilization just to deal with the level of that's why I should become a supervillain. I could advance the human race because they would have to up the technology game just to deal with me. That'd be amazing.
Well, isn't that kind of already what we're going through? I mean, with the fact that we have like diseases and a bunch of,
You'd think it'd
like
be
we have a
enough
lot of.
for us to step our game up and stop being lazy, and yet here we
Well,
are.
we're trying. Well, we're trying. Some of
We
us.
did our best. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't enough.
Heck yeah, Audrey made it. So Audrey has made it to the West Coast. Woo, woo. So what's it like over there? You're 3 hours behind us.
Smoky.
Roberto and I are in the future.
In the future?
Yeah.
I went back in time.
Right. What time is it for you now? 5:30?
Mm-hmm.
5:30. It's 8:30 for us.
Back in time.
I am a time traveler.
You are a time traveler now. So what's the past look like?
Smoky.
Smoky, she says. Smoky. Wow.
Very smoky.
When I was in California, during the wildfires like 2 years ago or whatever, I was in Carpinteria. I was shooting something for LinkedIn. I was filming my video marketing course for LinkedIn Learning and lynda.com. And I remember walking out and to my rental car, and like the rental car and like every car and the whole thing was just covered in ash and soot. Like it was that serious.
Wow. Yeah, some of my roommates drove from NorCal, and literally I sat in their back seat, and like there was ash like on the seat in the back. I was like, how is this even here? But apparently it was really like it was a lot worse up there.
Yeah, one more reason for people out there to like, wear a mask. The air quality and like shiz, like
get their act together.
Yeah. I mean the masks help like with the smoke too, so it's kind of like a double reason to wear it now.
In general, I'm just like, in general, even like when there's a vaccine and stuff like that, I'm like, we probably should just keep washing our damn hands, and maybe we should wear masks like they do overseas, like, and just make it a regular thing. And
I think it will be already. I think it will be. I mean, for most people, it's not like everybody, overseas is wearing masks. It's just
but
some
a lot
people
of those Eastern countries, a lot of them tend to, and like I don't see a problem with it. I don't know why people make it such a big deal and everything like that. I mean, but also I
think that it's fine for it to be an option. It becomes a problem for me when it becomes mandatory.
I think if we had made it mandatory for a temporary thing to begin with, it would have been fine. Because I get it. I get people don't like being told what to do or whatever and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's like, grow the fuck up. You were a kid and you were told what to do for a reason for a long time. And it's called,
I don't want to grow up.
And that's why people live to be 18, because for a number of years, we're not allowed to do whatever the hell we want, and we survive as a result of it. It's like, oh, go figure. And I mean, and the thing is, if it's something as simple, in this case, as inconveniencing yourself with a mask, I just worry that one day, I hope I'm wrong, one day there's going to be some massive thing that's an all hands on deck thing, and some jackholes are just going to say, well, I don't want to because freedom, and they're going to be a problem, and they're going to make a massive problem for the rest of us, because at some point, some horrible, bad thing is going to happen that's going to require people to comply so that we can get something taken care of, and people are just going to not do it. Because freedom.
Talking about
every one of those people should be punched in their damn mouth.
Talking about the wildfires, I've actually been in Los Angeles when there were pretty bad wildfires like that, where you have to wear masks and like you go outside and the air and the sky is just so ominous looking. And it's really not fun. It's weird. It's really weird.
It looked like the end of the world.
Yeah. It's really weird experience to go out. Like seeing it in the photos and videos and stuff is surreal enough, but actually seeing it in real life is just weird. I think that's the only word I can use to describe it.
I saw like the whole of like a mountain range, and it's just like, okay, here's nothing but smoke. That was just like, is this happening right now? Like,
right.
It was just weird. And again, to see the ash just like coming down, and to like see entire cars like covered, like buried, like in ash. It really looked like being in a post-apocalyptic film. It was weird as hell.
Right.
I remember when I was at Davis and I woke up one day and the sun was red, and I didn't know why it was red, and I was kind of scared until I figured out someone told me it was smoke. That was it.
Because of the way that it refracts the light. Yeah. I think the people, like, if anyone does any of these BS like gender reveal explosive parties after this and everything like that, I think they should go to jail.
Or anyone who's starting a bomb of any kind during like
any incendiary
summer. Like, what are you doing?
Because the thing is, I'm shocked that like no YouTubers have caused wildfires with their damn pranks. or burn down
yeah.
their whole damn neighborhood.
That's true. Aren't these people gonna have to pay for like some of the damage or something? I don't know. I feel like they should.
Like that number is like a bankrupting number.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
true.
that they would.
Unless
It's
there's
not
some
the
legal
first
thing
time.
that caps it. Sorry,
Yeah, I mean, when other fires have been started and like they found the people responsible for it, they're usually fined like an absurd amount of money.
Isn't there like a cap limit though?
I mean, does it matter when it's like, $200,000 or something crazy like that?
I think
Like,
that there might be
I
a
mean-
legal thing. Well, here's the thing: when people were freaking out about COPPA, there was a potential maximum fine, but the thing is, there's a provision in COPPA that they can't fine you in a way that bankrupts your business. So, like, people were freaking out about the FTC like suing YouTubers, but they can't sue them into oblivion. They cannot fine you in such a way that puts you. So I would imagine that there should be some kind of, or there might be, I don't know if there should might be the wrong word. There might be some provision where you can't be fined in such a way that would like bankrupt you.
I think they just come up with, I think there's just an exact number of how much they fine you, and then like the damages cost or stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I'm sure there is some kind of cap, but I don't know
And
what
they
it is.
probably just garnish your wages, but they can't make you destitute because it kind of defeats the point, because then you're just going to end up on like public assistance. So what's the point?
Sure. I mean, and I've definitely seen some very high, like astronomical fees for, campfires or stuff like that. Just people who were irresponsible or messed up. And started wildfires. So, I don't know. Point is, be like Smokey the Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Exactly.
I know who that is.
Oh, do you? Are you
know
looking
who
him up
McGruff
right
is?
now on Google?
Yeah, but I know who he is.
Do you know who McGruff is?
What's happening?
She doesn't know who McGruff is. She knows who Smokey the
Nope.
Bear is, but she doesn't know who McGruff is.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Smokey the Bear is popular. He's kind of everywhere.
McGruff is from the same era of being iconic and the whole Dare thing.
Yeah, but he hasn't held up.
That's shocking.
Hasn't held up.
I mean, Smokey the Bear, you see him everywhere.
It's just shocking that McGruff like hasn't held up. McGruff the crime dog hasn't held up. There never was for the forest rangers and forest fighters things. There was never there wasn't like a mascot that held up for the fire department. It's just always like Dalmatians, but like there's not like an official mascot that held up for the fire department, which is really interesting.
Wait, someone in the comments just said there's going to be an asteroid?
There's always an asteroid. There's always an asteroid.
There's always an asteroid. There was supposed to be an asteroid in like May, I think. I think it was like May 25th or something like that.
No, it's not going to be an asteroid. It's going to be me getting tired and then finally like doing some lab experiment, getting superpowers, and then just curb stomping everybody. That's what's going to happen.
Wow.
I'll just Thanos it. I'll just be like, you know what? I'll do it myself.
It's not a threat, but let's go.
It's a promise.
It's a promise.
We've just been talking about wildfires for the past I don't even know how long.
All right. Well,
we
if
can
you
talk
want,
about
we
the
can
time we
talk
went
about
camping.
my bee stings.
Oh, you mean the murder hornets?
Oh yeah, the murder hornets.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was at a nature reserve, and this happened 2 days ago. I was just standing next to like a little garden with a bunch of flowers and, butterflies. And I mean, there were like bumblebees and whatever, it was very lively looking little garden. And I was just standing there. I really wasn't doing anything at all. And then all of a sudden I just started feeling like shards of glass were being thrown at my ankles. I didn't look down because all I did was start yelling because I felt like I was being stabbed. and I thought maybe I had stepped on something, and so my initial reaction was just run away and move locations. But I didn't look down, so I have no idea what stung me. And 2 days later, my feet are red and very itchy, and I have burning sensations and swollen foot.
None of that sounds pleasant at all.
No, but you know what? This isn't the first time that I've had a reaction like this. So there was this one time where I went out into the living room of my house, and it was the middle of the night. I was crossing over from, my bedroom over to the kitchen to go grab a snack. And as I was walking barefoot, and then suddenly I thought I had stepped on glass. And I turned on the lights, and I was like yelling, and I looked down under my foot, and I had this black little thing that was in between my toes under my foot. And I was like, what did I just step on? What is this? It was a bee. It died, of course. But my foot was freaking purple and swollen for like the next week and a half. So that's my life.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. These unidentified flying objects, they like my feet. What can I say?
Dude, speaking of unidentified flying objects, when I was driving around in Colorado, there was this, in the middle of nowhere, there was this stand, and it said it was a UFO viewing stand. And it was literally just
Did you see anything?
Elevated platform in the middle of nowhere. It was like, it's so flat. It's not like you're going to see over anything. It's just flat, nothing. And they had these like signs, little signs and like random stuff in their front yard that was all alien related. And apparently it's like a really famous alien viewing station, which I don't, do you just go there and like sit at night waiting to like, I don't understand how that works, but like I sent a picture of it to my brother and he's like, oh, I know what that is. I was like, how? This is the most like random in the middle of nowhere place ever. But those guys have a great business. They just have a platform and people go sit on it and pay them.
Hey, you know what? I would totally pay for that. I would go there. Oh, I think Roberto's saying something, but I think he's muted.
I wish I had started that business. That's brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great way to make passive income. That's a way. That's how you make money doing nothing. Right.
You just put up a little stand in the middle of like a field, and you call it a UFO viewing station, and then
that's
there
the
you
most
go.
Brilliant business scheme I've ever heard.
Where was that? Do you know what state was it in?
Colorado.
Yep.
Yeah. Checks out.
No, think about it. People just go out there and everything like that. Get them some kush, chill.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
All the time.
I like, you know what? And step 3 profit.
Step
3 profit.
I've seen a few places like that on the road. Like when you're driving on a road trip like that, you see so many little spots. There was this, I think it was in Nevada. I saw this, it's called the Little Alien Inn. Well, it's got a weird name, but it's the Alien Inn. But it's just a motel, but they have like alien stuff. I bought a deck of cards there, like playing cards. But they have like a UFO that looks like it's like crashed into the building, and
that's cool. There's a lot of alien stuff in like Colorado, which kind of makes sense. Now I think about it, but
yeah, Juanfer in this chat says, "Why do all UFOs go to the USA? I want to see one."
True,
that's plenty of them go elsewhere. There's probably more UFO sightings outside the US.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more, especially if you're gonna go into like uncharted territory. Because really here, I feel like the most sightings are in, the butt crack of the middle of nowhere, where you get no cities or anything like that. But
yeah, I mean,
and I feel like there's a lot of that.
Actually, to be fair, there was a lot of UFO sightings in New York.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there aren't any. I'm just saying that there's a whole lot in other areas that aren't
Yeah.
big cities. So I feel like, if anything, outside of the US, when you start going into like these little towns and, you know, all that stuff, anywhere in Europe, I'm sure there's a bunch of sightings and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bunch in, I mean,
There's a
do
lot
we
in the
even have
Middle
to
East,
talk about
believe it or
South
not.
America? I mean, there's a bunch of stuff there.
Oh, if
There's
I
like,
was like, I mean, that's where like why the movie Predator. Like, if I was
Right.
doing that, I would be like, yeah, South America is perfect.
South America is where it's at, man. I mean, if you look at the Nazca lines. So do you guys know about the
I know
Nazca
about
lines?
the Nazca lines.
Okay, so okay, Audrey, the Nazca lines are like, they're these shapes that are kind of drawn on the ground, but they're massive.
Oh, I know.
And you have to get on an airplane in order
or in
to
a balloon or
right. You have to go really high in order to see what the shape is.
Yeah.
But they don't
So
really
how the
know
hell did
how
people make that?
right.
Yeah.
How do you make that without seeing it from high up above, right? So that's like the big question of like,
drone.
right. Did you say a drone?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But like,
drone.
Audrey
hundreds
coming
of
in
years
here with a
ago,
drone. She's coming
What?
in here with her Mavic.
like
No,
100
but
years ago.
someone gets a drone and then their friend is just mowing the corn or whatever.
Yeah, okay, there weren't drones when these things were made.
Or were there?
Wow.
Or you just attach it to a hot air balloon. Camera. Or maybe they just have it like mapped out to a science where they know like how far they have to go and stuff.
No, there's no way. Like, there's like it's freaking either aliens or ancient astronauts. It's something. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. That ain't normal. That boy ain't right.
That point. Yeah, I feel like I wish that I had more weird experiences and, you know, stuff like that I could say that I've had hands-on experiences, but I personally haven't. I feel like I haven't had weird experiences.
Wait, dangerous life experiences? Is that what
No. Well, if you want to segue back into that, into the title of this episode, no, I just meant like with alien stuff. I don't really have like a lot of experience, you know, like encounters, I guess is the word.
Well, I think Roberto's told his story of the New York one already.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there was that one. There's a story that there's a story my mom told me that's really weird about Central Park when her and her cousins were like super young, and like at family reunions they get together and talk about it sometimes. So they got lost as kids in Central Park and were wandering around, and then they started hearing this lady call for help. And then they go and they find where this lady is calling for help, and she's on a seahorse on a giant spider web, according to them. And they're children, so like, you know, they're young. They're like, you know, 8, 9 years old at the time, and it's 3 of them. So like, or is it 4 of them? It's 3 or 4 of them. It's like my mom and like a couple of her cousins, and they talk about this at the reunions, and they still like act like, do you remember, or did that happen? And they like, yeah, no, I remember. And then like, so they talk about it, and the woman kept asking them to come over and to help them, and they were like, no, like, no, we're sorry. And they slowly like just like walked away, because like, you see somebody on a giant spider web asking you to come and help them, you know what's going to happen. If you have any kind of sense, you know what's going to happen.
I have so many questions.
Yeah.
Giant spider web?
Yeah, giant spider web. Mm-hmm. That's my first question.
Yep. Yeah. Apparently. Again, like, I think it would agree. So
was she clothed?
Huh?
Was she clothed?
Yeah.
Was she trapped?
Yeah. On a
So
on a
is this like the
seahorse.
Chamber of Secrets? Like,
It's kind of like that kind of crazy, like, but again, it's one of those things to where it's like, I'm just like, okay, if I saw that shit as a kid, I'm like y'all, I'm smart enough to know, no, I don't go over there. I don't go get in that spider web and help. No, I leave.
What?
I don't know. I somehow there's a part of me that thinks like some kids have been freaking stupid and like, and then they gonna get got. Like, you know, I'm just like, well, not me, familia. Not me, familia. We don't get got. We the kind of like, oh, y'all want to go into that like haunted asylum and everything like that. No, that's okay. Y'all end up on the news. Y'all end up on the milk card, and I'll be praying for you. I'll be over here. Like, y'all do that. Like,
oh man, do they still do the milk carton thing? Is that still a thing?
I don't know. I see it in bits and in jokes or whatever and everything like that. I've been like thinking of getting a milk carton like prop or something like that. Like actually a funny gag or something like that would be to have a prop with like your face on a milk carton, Romina. That'd be like
Well, not if it's actually still being used
no,
for
it'd be a
that
prop.
purpose.
It'd
Because that would
be a
be
prop. It'd be for a gimmick. It'd
oh,
be for,
I see, for a prop. Yeah,
yeah, it'd
okay.
be for like,
So
you know,
not
I mean,
like a yeah. So not it wouldn't go out into the public,
yeah, it's like,
right?
How can you just get a milk
I
carton?
mean,
and throw
I'm
it
about this prop life.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, now you can see my setup.
No, it's a nice. So is
Well,
that
we
your new
have to
place?
show.
Is
We
that
had
your
to
new
show
place?
Roberto. I mean, okay, hold on. For the listeners, Roberto just pulled out a giant
Cup.
A giant-
teacup.
Yeah, a giant teacup.
Where did
Um,
you get that? What?
It's like I
got
could
it from the
probably
Get-In place.
Where?
I got it from the Get-In place.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I bet I could fit in that thing. Okay, what? Literally we went from a lady being stuck in a giant spider web to okay, and now he's got a giant number 2 pencil.
Wow, so specific. How'd you know it's a number 2 pencil?
That is definitely number 2 pencil. Roberto, is that a number 2 pencil?
And it writes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, you see it's a number 2 pencil.
Yeah, and it writes. And it erases. I'm actually using it.
Wait, it writes? How do you sharpen it?
With a knife.
I haven't yet, but
Roberto pulls out his axe.
But it's me. It's like, yeah, it's me. It's me we're talking about. So yeah, it's like,
Yeah, you're
I
just
get my knife,
Roberto's just gonna pull out his
I just get
axe
my
and start.
knife and just
A giant sword.
Oh yeah, do you have a katana?
yes,
All right.
That's what he uses.
yes, but it's battle damaged. It's not in its pristine shape.
Did you do Fruit Ninja?
Oh my gosh.
I don't think
Is he gonna bring something else? Is he gonna bring another giant object?
Sword. There.
Oh, his sword. Okay, his katana.
What you do Fruit Ninja with that?
Roberto needs to like oil that thing. It looks like it's a little bumpy on the way out of the case. By the time he gets it out,
I also
freaking a giant money bag.
Oh,
What's in it? Open it up,
Here's the
Roberto.
bag.
What's in the money bag? Is it just bricks?
Sorry to all of our listeners.
I'm describing it.
That's true, yeah.
What is? Oh, is that fake money? I can't
it's
see.
my
It's
fake-
the exposure. Okay.
That's my fake money.
So for those of you guys who are listening, it behooves you to join us live every Thursday at 8 p.m. ish Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com/noassemblypod. Roberto is literally pulling out Benjamins from a giant bag.
Fake Benjamins.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, we don't have to be descriptive of that. If it entices people to come watch us live, then they can believe whatever they want. Audrey, do you have any large props like that? Are you gonna?
Oh, not now. I'm really not even at my I'm in
actually, I should buy some more fake money.
I'm in Airbnb.
Have you? Oh, you're in Airbnb, so you haven't. You're not in your place yet.
No, we moved in today, but we have no Wi-Fi, and my dad is staying at an Airbnb, so I just came back for the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. Have you unpacked stuff?
I mean, it's basically just a ginormous mess right now. So no, I haven't really unpacked. But I don't have anything like useful,
Well, your clothes.
Yeah, but I don't have hangers, so
So you
I
have
have
to
no.
get hangers.
I need to like get these essentials. Like I'm probably gonna sleep on the floor tonight. Definitely sleeping on the floor unless the mattress appears. So
Can't you just sleep at the Airbnb? I mean, isn't it?
that's fun. My roommates are sleeping on the floor. I'm gonna go sleep on the floor with them.
Okay, all right. Are they? Do they have sleeping bags or what?
We're suffering together thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of us, like my roommate, she has her mattress already, and then the other two don't. So I think I'm just gonna make a nest with all my stuff.
A nest? What are you, a bird? What is that? A nest?
Like with all the blankets and like random winter clothes, like it's gonna
Audrey, forget Roberto. Are you hearing this right now?
The
girl is gonna build a nest on the floor.
I'm hearing this absurdity.
Yes.
In a Los Angeles apartment while there's fires going on.
Are you saying it's a fire hazard?
No.
All I'm saying is you are a fire hazard, Audrey.
Oh Lord. Wow, you went there, huh?
Audrey Ember, the fire hazard. Playing with fire.
I was about to make the joke that like she's not allowed to make playing with fire videos right now.
I mean, would it be inappropriate?
Probably not.
I mean, if it hurts someone's feelings, I feel like that's not my problem.
Oh, nice.
Oh, she's
sorry,
doing the Cardi B card. She's playing the Cardi B card.
Like, I love that. I support that.
Are you gonna jump into a pool right after you do it?
I fully support this now. Isn't that
terrible?
It's like that's what
You'd be
got
like,
me there.
Yeah,
That's what it was
right.
for me. Like you had to go to. I do not care if I hurt people's feelings. Like, and now I'm on board.
I don't think anyone would get mad at that. Like, seriously?
You won me over. Yeah. Look, you had me, and I don't care if people want to be offended. Yeah, you had me there.
Y'all tried to cancel me last year. Henry in the chat asked a question about you guys, Roberto and Audrey. Have you had any experiences with ghosts and spirits? Which we kind of talked about in a previous episode, but maybe if you guys have had some new experiences you might want to touch on just to enlighten some new audience members.
Anything ghost related that I can prove ever, which is kind of sad.
Well, I mean, you don't have to be able to prove it.
I do. I don't think I have the picture right now, but
picture?
Yeah. So my friend and I went to this like old church thing that was next to a graveyard.
Okay.
And apparently
that's a lot of red flags.
But apparently we stood.
Why do you need to do this?
We were sightseeing.
At a graveyard?
At night, yeah.
Jesus.
Let's go sightseeing at the graveyard. You never know what tombstone you're gonna see.
No.
Oh, dear God.
I think we went on like a ghost tour there a year before.
Okay. All right. No, I would do something like that. Okay.
Ghost tours are great. So we went there and I took a picture of her in this archway where apparently it was supposed to be haunted around there with this like old lady or something. And we got this picture, and in the picture it looks like there's someone looking over her shoulder. And you can like see it in the photo. and it's not. It was on like a phone, an iPhone, so it's not even a bad quality. It was just. I don't know if I could.
Okay, hold on a second. You started off this story by saying that you didn't have any kind of proof. Now you're freaking telling us
I said
that you have a
didn't have any
photograph?
proof, and then I remembered this one.
Ah, okay. All right, that makes sense to me personally. So,
But I don't think I'd be able to find that picture quickly because it was from a while ago.
Okay,
But
so it's kind of you kind of have a picture of a ghost.
yep.
But what does it look like? Can you describe it to our listeners?
It kind of looks a little bit like a cloud of dust. But not, because it was literally in the shape of like
Can you see a face?
It had like two eyes that were kind of glowing a little bit. And you can't see the body or anything because it looks like she's like peeking over her shoulder. So it's kind of just like a blob that looks like a human face a little bit with like two bright dots.
Okay, that's the point where I say nope. And go in the
just nope
opposite.
right out there.
Just
But we didn't
nope.
notice until later.
Just nope the heck out of there.
We did
You
stay and
just
like walk
nope.
around a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Roberto and I will you can go hang out with the old lady. Roberto and I will meet you at the Waffle House later.
Yeah, for real.
Wow.
Nope.
Yeah. I kind of I was okay with like the whole, dust suspended in the air. But the whole glowing eyes thing, that's where I gotta put a halt.
I'm like,
So
nope.
someone in the comments just said Savannah, Georgia. Said Savannah, Georgia. It wasn't Savannah, but it's kind of close to Savannah.
Yeah, they have all those like famous hauntings. Like, I'm like, no, I'm not down for any of that. I'm just like, nope. I don't do that stuff. Like, I'm not about that. But I have had some paranormal experiences, but I didn't seek them out. It's like,
yeah, I feel like that's when it goes wrong, when you are actively seeking it out. And
no, I leave well enough alone.
I went to a few panels at Dragon Con a couple years ago that were panels of people who make contact, and they're paranormal investigators, and so they have like their own shows or blogs and stuff like that, and they document the experiences that they have, and they're mediators, right? So they'll make contact with these spirits and try to help them and stuff like that, right?
Help them do what?
That ain't right. Like,
help them do what? Audrey, they're not supposed to be on this plane of existence.
I know, like, why don't people just leave them alone? Like,
because they don't leave us alone. If there is a spirit, and it is an evil spirit that is tampering with your house and your everyday life, you want it out of the house. That's why exorcists exist, because they don't want that.
Like when I get my house, like I'm like, I'm getting some freaking like.
He's blessing that. He's blessing that ish.
Like,
so you're walking around.
He's gonna be burning some white sage.
I actually, believe it or not, I'm usually not, but I am slightly, just a little, because I did grow up Catholic. I'm slightly superstitious.
But I feel like if you do the like walking around with sage and stuff, you're more likely to.
On standby. I keep holy water on standby. I have an array of knives, and I like
stab a ghost.
Well, it's not just ghost you have to worry about. It's not just ghost you have to worry about, and I'm not above stabbing a ghost.
I mean, you don't have to be above stabbing a ghost, but how are you going to stab a ghost? With
a knife with holy water. I had on
knife with holy water.
With one of my like sacred knives, like
sacred knives are blessed.
With one of my sacred knives inscribed with transmutation circles that I bought on eBay. Like,
I'm telling you, man. Like, I was freaking spooked after I went to those panels. There was this one that was all women. They were 4 women, 4 or 5, I don't remember now. But it was all women, and they were talking about being paranormal investigators. And the fact that there's not a lot of women who are on TV shows and stuff like that, doing paranormal investigations. And they said they talked about some of their experiences and having to deal with spirits that latch on to them. Like when they go to a house to get rid of a spirit from that house, but then it comes with them to their own house, that kind of stuff. And I was freaking spooked, man. And like on the one hand, I think, wow, wouldn't it be like so cool and fun to like have a paranormal investigator show and just like go to haunted places and film stuff with like a night camera and, do cool stuff like that. But then when I really think about it,
I'm like, be haunted?
Yeah, I don't want to mess with that,
No, you don't. You don't.
No. It's once you start with it, once you start acknowledging it, it happens a lot more. And I don't know if that's a psychological thing or
maybe,
or
maybe that you then become a magnet for it because now your frequency.
No, it makes total sense. It's like it's like that thing of when you see something and you start noticing it, you see more of it. Like if I tell you right now that you're gonna see the number 3 everywhere, I bet you tomorrow you're gonna start seeing it everywhere. You're going to start noticing the number 3 everywhere, right? I think it's that kind of thing.
But what if it's a nice ghost, like a Juan for?
Oh, what if he is a friendly ghost like Casper?
Like, what if you had a ghost pet, like pet cat or something?
No.
No.
Why not? Why are they always evil? Like,
first of all, I'm not going to have a ghost pet cat. If a living cat is a jerk, I can only imagine how much more of a jerk it will be with ghost powers.
Better because it can't.
I've watched enough of Sam and Dean Winchester to know that anytime you deal with the supernatural and everything like that, you walk away or you send that thing straight back to hell every time.
But what if he doesn't belong in hell? It could be a good, ghosts were people once. They were spirits. They were people.
Well, technically, if you burn the remains or whatever, they go wherever they're supposed to go.
But don't ghosts have like other things to do? Do they not have like
unfinished business,
jobs or something? Like, why are they just walking around doing nothing?
What do you mean?
Not all
jobs. Ghosts have
all
jobs.
Spirits are ghosts. Not all spirits are ghosts.
You think they're putting on their little top hat, walking around with briefcases?
I don't know. They got it. Is their only purpose to like scare people? Like, I don't understand why.
No.
They can do anything else.
Look, this is Audrey's new job is helping ghosts find their purpose.
Yeah,
she's gonna write a nonfiction book.
Just forward them her contact info.
Roberto, what's the title of Audrey's nonfiction book? Finding Your Purpose, a guide to the spirit world.
From a non-ghost.
Finding your purpose, a ghoul's guide to a better afterlife.
A ghoul's guide.
A ghoul's guide to a better afterlife.
Something would be in Harry Potter or something.
A better afterlife. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can be a self-help guru for ghost.
Yes.
Be a self-help guru for ghost.
Or you know what? Instead of the alien
probably
stage,
be what she does at Hardworks. Now that I think about it, probably what she do at Hardworks. Hey?
She's just there. She's helping Moaning Myrtle.
I'm there to be.
She's Moaning Myrtle shrink. She's like, she goes and meets up with her every Friday evening just to hear her out.
Therapy. Quick therapy set.
Now, I'm your favorite defense against the dark arts teacher because I'm going to teach you how to defend against the dark arts with your fist.
Wow.
Holy water knife.
Yeah, holy water knife.
Actually, that would probably I would probably teach defense against the dark arts kids. Not only would I teach them martial arts and kempo, I'd probably insist that they learn banishment, binding, and then probably also
they're dead.
Insist that they learn how to use throwing knives. I would insist that they know how to use throwing knives. They would know how to conjure, bind, and banish evil spirits, and they would know how to deal with all other threats with their fist.
All right. Well, not every ghost is evil.
Yeah.
Roberto's like, yeah, all right.
I'm
like, why can't a ghost do something?
Roberto's like, guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
Like, why can't ghosts like help do stuff that's useful?
Like what? Clean the house? Go do a grocery run?
Oh, so we're just gonna make them to help. Okay.
Well, what else are they supposed to do? They can't do anything, so you might as well help out.
Yeah,
that didn't work out so well for Dubby.
It's a really good use for ghosts. Make them your perfect spy network. They're the perfect spy network. The perfect informants.
Yeah,
they're the perfect.
They could work for the CIA.
No, they can work for me.
Wow. Yeah, let's not get them to work for the CIA.
Yeah,
I can count a lot of things that can go wrong with that.
If they're doing a good job.
You can get them to work for me.
They could start a newspaper and like find out all this cool stuff that normal people can't find out about.
They can hold everyone accountable. How about that?
Yes, they could be like anonymous.
I would like that'd be it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to retask Freddy Krueger and to kind of be like his parole officer and make sure he's doing his damn job.
I'll let you do that.
And I mean, and by doing his damn job, is I would retask Freddy Krueger to, instead of haunting the dreams of like children and tormenting them because he's a jackass, I would retask him to haunting the dreams of powerful people who can't be held accountable in any other way. I would retask Freddy Krueger and make sure he's doing his damn job.
Here we are at NARP, bringing order to the spiritual world.
Bring order to this destructive
Don't
conflict.
say that, or we're gonna start seeing things.
All right, guys. Before we wrap up this episode, one last question: would you rather have experience with UFOs/aliens or with ghosts?
Aliens. At least they're useful.
Wow,
aliens are useful. I want to steal their technology.
Oh my god, you're just gonna steal their Roberto. That's not first contact. That's not first contact etiquette.
Like, look, I might.
You're not gonna talk to them and try to.
I might try to harvest some of that alien blood and give myself powers.
No.
Unbelievable.
I'm the worst.
I would have them take me to Area 51 to see if they have any friends there.
You can go to Area 51 right now. Why do you need the aliens?
I want to see the good stuff, not the stuff.
No, if it's like in the show Roswell or something like that, or Starcrossed, I would help the aliens out. If the aliens were here and they were like some impoverished, disenfranchised minority and stuff like that, with curfews and all kinds of crap. Because there was actually a really good show about that on the CW for a while. And then like I would be like pro-alien and I would like help them out and
pro-alien.
Yeah, I'd be pro-alien and everything like that. I'd probably have an alien girlfriend. Like, someone who actually understands me. Cool. Like, and that, so I'd be pro-alien. But I definitely would be about some of that alien tech though. I'd probably be a smuggler. I'd probably be doing alien tech on the black market, making a fortune.
Okay. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
Assuming that I don't decide to just build a cabal for my own purposes.
I would befriend the aliens and I would say, hey, can I hitch a ride with you? I want to go check out your planet.
Dude, I would just have it bring me, since I've already seen one with this alien, I would just be able to explore like all this cool stuff, like go to Area 51 and actually be able to walk around. Why would they stop me if I've already literally like met and talked?
I mean, yeah, I guess if you walk up to the gates of Area 51 hand in hand with a little green guy, and you're like, hey, this is my friend.
Know the truth.
He's here to show me around. Here are my credentials.
None.
Yeah, you just walk up there with this little, holding his hand.
Exactly. That's
No.
So you're gonna
What you
ET
do is-
this. So you're gonna ET this then.
And then I vlog
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Well, she's gonna walk up there and she's gonna say hello to my little friend.
Yes.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
Audrey, do you even know that reference?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. You haven't been.
do you? She's
completely-
googling it. She's
I'm
trying-
making sure I know.
she's googling it.
Right. Wasn't it like Jake? No.
What?
No, wait. I keep getting the names mixed up. I know where it's from.
Oh my
What's
god!
the name of that
really?
movie?
I'm gonna let her figure it out.
Scarface.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm somewhat offended that it took you that long.
That'd be a good
Add
one though.
Carlito's Way to her viewing list.
I think it is on. Oh no, it's not on there.
Carlito's Way.
Okay.
Benny Blanco from the block. Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's Benny Blanco from the Bronx. Yeah, that's what it was. Benny
All
Blanco
right,
from the
I'll add
Bronx.
it. For those of you who are just tuning in, we have a spreadsheet on the description on YouTube for every episode. This spreadsheet has a list of films that Audrey needs to watch that she has not seen in order to culture herself and be a more well-rounded individual,
Yup.
able to face the world.
We're gonna make you a proper human yet.
Wow.
All right. Are you guys ready to wrap
Well,
this
you have
up?
to be able to reference Scarface with confidence.
Mm.
Are you guys ready to wrap this up?
Yep,
Yes,
I got
this
you.
just has a really random episode.
I got you.
It wasn't random. We talked about dangerous things.
Yeah.
What are you
And
talking
as
about?
usual, we end up on the topic of UFOs. So
Right.
Wow.
The audience asks and we deliver.
yep.
All right. Whenever you're ready, Roberto, you can take us
I'm
out.
good. Let's do it. Thank you for listening to the No Assembly Required podcast, a podcast where we talk about nothing and somehow always end up on UFOs. Thank you for listening. Please tune in for the live show on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time-ish every Thursday at youtube.com/noassemblypod. Tongue-tied there. youtube.com/noassemblypod. Thank you for listening. This has been your trio of entertaining hosts, starting with Romina, the Murder Hornet Magnet, Audrey, Firestarter Ember, and of course, your Dark Lord of the Internet, Roberto Blake. Thank you for listening. No audience members were harmed in the recording of this podcast, only the feelings of my co-host, as always. Please leave us a 5-star review in Apple iTunes, or was it called Apple Podcast now? Who knows? Who cares? And whenever Spotify stops being lazy and does their damn job, you can leave us a review there as well. Thank you so much for listening. NARP.